Maybe I should break a 10, do a 5, then if it gets loud, do a 5 again.
Hey Flashes! Today I want to talk about some Flash games. But be warned, these are not your typical monkeys and balloons. I want to talk about the most obscure, the strangest, the weirdest games ever hosted on Flash. I want to talk about the games that you've probably never heard of, or if you did hear of them, you probably thought they were child hallucinations, or maybe evil dreams. I want to talk about games such as... Despite the name, game, and again game is actually only one game. But what an insane game it is. Firstly, observe the start screen. This game has 3 different titles, and where are these arrows even pointing to? Why are these arrows telling me to click on this button for instructions, when they can instead point at the giant instructions already on the screen? Game, and again game is a digital poem in the form of a game. In this game, you control an unremarkable speck of dust as you collect things and reach doors to progress through 13 levels. When you collect one of these things, it causes a part of the poem, or a platform, or actually whatever the game wants to appear. Touching these target things teleports you somewhere else, and touching a blue electric thing brings you back to the start of the level and plays this audio.
Come on and meet your maker. Come on and meet your maker.
Is this the first N-word ever said on this channel? I can't tell. Sometimes, usually near the end of a level, a circle thing will appear, telling you to click here to load video proof. If you click on these things, a short repeating clip of a home video from the creator's childhood will appear. And when I say creator, I don't mean this creator or this creator, I mean Jason Nelson. He specializes in digital poetry, which is poetry but with computers. And interestingly, he's also a professor of digital culture at the University of Bergen in Norway. Which I didn't even know you could teach that. I could teach that. He created Game, and again Game in 2006. And in his words, it's about attempting to reintroduce the hand-drawn, the messy, and the illogical into the digital. When I started playing this game, I was following along with the poem, I was reading all the words, until 1 second in I realized it was incomprehensible. There's no meaning, it's complete nonsense. Look at this. What does this mean? I looked into the meaning of this game, and it's interesting because the text doesn't even matter. What matters is that the words are messy, there's constant circling and redirections and everything, and the theme of the levels switch between random topics like real estate and Buddhism, and all this represents how we continuously switch and unswitch our perspectives and what we believe in the modern world. The short videos from his childhood represent the brief, young interactions that we have, which our beliefs spark from. You know, I think the Flash games are cool, because I used to play a Flash game when I was a small child, where I crushed ants beneath my black leather boot. I can't remember the name, but I'm serious, it was actually pretty cool. I like this game the way I like modern art. It relies on its meaning more than its aesthetic, and what you get from it comes mostly from your thoughts about it. I played one other Jason Nelson game, actually not really playing, it's more like reading. It's called the Bomar gene, and it's pretty cool, it's pretty wacky. It's about this gene that's in everyone that gives people kind of like unique powers, but these powers are like really strange. It's basically like an SCP about genes. It's amazing. You know, I think we're off to a pretty good start. I think Game, and again Game is a good game. Otherwise, I would call it lame, and again. Most Flash games are pretty short, and in my quest for obscure Flash games, I played a lot of games where I don't have much to say about them, but they were still pretty odd. First up, we have Freaky Frank's Diddy Dots. It's one of those Candy Crush type matching games, but there aren't any levels, and you just try to get the highest score by matching Frank's colorful balls. The game is okay, except for the obnoxious sound effects. How can I play with Frank's balls with this ruckus going on? Next, I played Which one of SpongeBob's front teeth are you? It's an official SpongeBob game where you answer random questions to find out which one of SpongeBob's teeth you are. I am SpongeBob's right tooth. This is literally me. Comment below which one of SpongeBob's teeth you think you are. There are so many of these strange Angry Bird games that it's impossible to play them all. It's impossible. I played Birdie Bicycle, which is a Christmas-themed game where you ride a bicycle and collect toys of the elves. It reminds me of that one-pole car game. I also played Angry Birds Chinese Tic-Tac-Toe, which is just tic-tac-toe, but with a very Chinese Angry Bird. Also, why are the pigs green? I mean, I've always wondered, like, why are the pigs green? Pre-Angry Birds, all pigs were pink, but now they're all green. Why? But these aren't my favorite Angry Birds Flash games that I played. Not even close. My favorite Angry Birds Flash games contain two other things: plants and zombies. But we'll talk about that later. We all know who Skrillex is, world famous DJ and producer, but no one remembers his humble little game. In Skrillex Quest, you are a hero tasked by the king to save the world from a mysterious glitchy plague. The reason this plague glitch is happening is because of the unremarkable speck of dust from the first game. It has landed in the disk and corrupted the video game world that they live in. In this game, we have to travel to different locations, following the ghost of the dead princess while fighting glitches in order to save the world. The whole time, the song Summit by Skrillex plays in the background. Every single sound effect in this game is either a Skrillex song or a dubstep growl, which is so awesome. There are 3 locations in this game: the dungeon, the desert, and the fortress, and you automatically progress through them once you run out of time to explore each one. My favorite location of the game is the desert, where you have to explore the houses while giant glitches try to run you over. It's also very randomly touching. They look like big, good, strong hands, don't they? I always thought that's what they were. My little friends. I couldn't hold on to them. The glitch pulled them right out of my hands. After you free the dead princess from the Stone of Hearts, you have to fight the evil final boss, Skrillex. After defeating Skrillex, the world is completely destroyed by glitches. We still failed in the end, but our hero doesn't give up. He finds a lever and pulls it, causing a building to rise out from the non-existent ground. The princess then plays a soothing flute melody. This distracts the real Skrillex from making the most ear-piercing noise ever made, and he blows the dust off the Skrillex Quest disc, saving the world. This game is actually so high quality, and all of it is just to promote the song Summit. It's kind of interesting how willing people were with experimenting with different mediums during the earlier days of the internet. Cause everything was so new, they had to try everything to see what worked. And so it results in like weird one-off history, like Skrillex Quest. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know how big this game was when it first came out, but this was during Skrillex's prime, and no one seems to remember this game today. Maybe it just isn't that interesting. Now let's talk about... I saved the best for last. In the prime years of Flash, a wave of mass hysteria swept over Chinese game developers, giving them the uncontrollable urge to make a Plant vs. Zombies and Angry Birds game. Why? No one knows. This is mysterious mass hysteria incident. First, let's talk about 植物大战僵尸坦克版 or Plant vs. Zombies Tank Battle. In this one, you control a... What have they done to you, my boy? You fly around and shoot floating zombies that also shoot spooky bats at you. There's like 4 levels, and they're all the same except the zombies change. My favorite one is the miner zombie. I also enjoyed the intro, where we get a lovely picture of the developer and a fresh assortment of 2013 Chinese memes. Also, the sound effects in this game are obnoxious. Next, we have Angry Birds vs. Zombies Ultimate War. In this one, we are a non-mutated pea shooter, and we have to move up and down to shoot zombies coming to our house. Look at the stream of birds coming out of my mouth. To shoot one bird, I have to click once. Just to play the first 2 levels, I had to jitter click for 10 minutes straight. My poor fingies. But I would say this one's more fun than the previous one, because it keeps more of the bones of the original Plants vs. Zombies. The original Plants vs. Zombies has to be almost a perfect game, so the less people change about it, the better. Next, we have hands down the best game of the bunch, which is Angry Bird vs. Green Pig Zombie. Take a look at this awesome intro. Green Pig tried to occupy Angry Bird's home, but always failed. The Green Pig mobilized his zombie friends against the bird. The bird was informed of the situation and to mobilize all the plants to resist Green Pig. As the increasing of level you pass, special birds appear one by one. Bomb bird, deceleration bird, super defense bird, super invincible lasting bird. Dear friends, it is time for you to show your ability. It's basically PvZ, but way buggier and you shoot birds. I did manage to see the bomb bird and the deceleration bird, but unfortunately I did not play until the super defense bird and the super invincible blasting bird, although these do sound awesome. The reason why it's the best is because it's mostly the original PvZ. Next up, we have Angry Birds vs. Peas, which instead of being mostly a PvZ game, this one's mostly Angry Birds. But instead of shooting birds, you shoot a pea, which is the singular most weak projectile ever made. Finally, we have Angry Birds Zombies War. Where you shoot random gifs of zombies and literally whatever before they reach the house. And those things also shoot back, so you gotta avoid them. It's basically Undertale, but better. You know, after playing all these great games, I had a sneaking suspicion that all these were made by the same person. So I did some digging, and yes, many of the games were made by a certain QC game worker, and whoever this person is, they must have absolutely dominated the Angry Plants and Bird Zombies scene. On the famous gaming website y8.com, Angry Birds vs. Zombies Ultimate War has a staggering 2.6 million plays, with glowing reviews like, "This game is so funny, I like to play it," and "It's good." Literally, who's playing this? I did also find other games made by them, such as Psy vs. Zombies and Angry Birds vs. Zombies 3, which gameplay-wise, it's the same as the spamming jitter click one, but with possibly the best intro screen I've ever seen in a game, even better than the one I just read out. Spring has finally arrived. Everything is awake. Winding plants reveal cute branches. Prepare to demonstrate outside himself. Extremely excited mood. Zombies are frustrated and anxiety with birds' stubborn resistance. They only come to China to seek help for Chinese zombies and offer high price to let them help kill the damn stubborn invincible bird. To hear the birds is so stubborn, Chinese zombies have some interest, promise them, and Green Pig Zombies Union was born. The bird are more angry. Suddenly, a bird jumped into the middle and said, "It's spring, the zombie predator's plant has awoken." So the birds will sincerely invite awakening plants to help animals. Plants are very excited after listening, so Birds Plants Union was born. An unknown battle in the history will start. If only the gameplay held up to this incredible intro. Alright, I think that's all the time that you have for this video. You know, flash games are such a big thing for the earlier days of the internet, and this video doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of the hundreds and thousands and maybe millions of flash games ever created, most of which are probably lost to time. I have many fond memories of being a wee little lad and going on adventures with my elephant buddies, popping bubbles and crushing little ants. This is the Plastic Fish channel. I make music, and I do whatever it is you're watching. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.